The hot trending scene.
You're
Here,
you?
what's up, Stink? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You have a Love Island take for us?
Yes, I have two. So
Let's hear it. Go
one,
ahead.
I think that it's wild that everybody was ignoring Chris asking for help. Like down to Brian on the last episode was like
He said, "What should I do?" He said, "I would try to
he
work it
said I
out."
would try, and that made me kind of like look at Brian different because I'm like, you kind of outing yourself on what you're doing with Amaya, low key, like you're talking about you would try it, like this dude is literally trying to, like, he's screaming for help and nobody is helping him, and he had to take it into his own hands and literally just like do the alley oop and like kind of pass the ball to Huda at the end and be like, all right, so what you want to do is up to you. So yeah, I thought that was crazy. Like in the last in the last quarter, your own homie was not being real with you. So
Agreed.
I don't think that he should be cool with him anymore. And then my other take is I love Amaya. I really, really do. But I agree with Tree. Like, I think Nicolandria winning could have been more exciting for me just because at the very least they have a real friendship.
Mm.
Otherwise, it's like Brian is gonna be gone off the rib. Like as soon
You think
as
so?
soon as they're out the villa, like her and Brian are gonna last like 6 months, and that's
Interesting.
it.
Okay, hold on. It's been a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Comf or uncomf? Would you like to see her keep going? Comf if yes, uncomf if no. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. All right, I'm seeing mostly comps. Keep going, Stink.
I honestly don't have anything else to
Oh,
say. I'll
even
just say
better.
this: like I've been watching Love Island since maybe like season 4 UK, and this was absolutely the worst season yet. Next to like maybe 3 seasons ago in USA, like I really don't think that it was. I don't think that it was a vibe at all.
I'm gonna be honest. This is just my opinion. I don't think this season was as bad as everyone is saying it was, but that's just my opinion. You had great takes, Stink, and I appreciate you coming on up here. All right.
All right, bye.
All right, take care, Stink. Have a good one. I don't think this season was that bad, and here's why I think that. What are y'all basing that off of? Because if we're basing it off of our yearn and desire to watch a new episode, it was decent for me. 7.5, 8 out of 10. Because I actively was like looking forward. Ooh, I can't wait to watch the next episode. It was good TV. There were a lot of dramatic moments. There were a lot of moments that had us talking. The timelines were absolutely dominated by a lot of it. So in terms of like compatibility and love, terrible season. But in terms of like entertainment and what you as a producer would hope to happen, it was a good season. If you're a producer, you pray for moments like Huda crashing out on Jeremiah. You pray for moments like Chris saying, "No, I'm not carrying you over the water." As a TV producer, you have to hope that shit like that happens. All right. Yeah, you hope that like moments like Jeremiah getting dumped happen, curveballs that you can't really script in that way. Anyways, if you have a Love Island take, let's go. Let's pick a couple more people. It's 1:22 in the morning on a school night. We have got to go. Let's go with Stink right here. Hello?
Hi, Speedy. How are you?
Stink, how you doing? Do you have a Love Island take for us?
My Love Island take. This is the first season I've ever watched of Love Island, so I could really base it off of nothing other than like I never hope to see Huda on my screen after August 25th.
Not a fan. Why?
What was that?
Not a fan. Why?
I feel like she was just like the poster child of being chaotic and just being toxic this season. It was crazy. Also, another take I have, which I don't know if anyone else peeped this, I feel like Pepe was being, or Iris wasn't being receptive of Pepe wanting to be like a little affectionate with her at the end. I
When
don't
he
know if
said
anyone
move
else.
closer?
No, not move closer, but like it looked like he wanted to kiss her after they cheersed their champagne, and she like wasn't buying into it.
The moment that I felt that was when they were on their boat and he was like,
That
yeah,
shit was a fucking sleep.
It was a nap, but it felt a little cold to me because he was like, "Yeah, I can't wait to do this outside the villa, and I want to see you, and I want to come drive to you." And she was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, I would have been
like, "Where would we
excited if
go?"
someone was like, let's go to In-N-Out, California type of date, rah, rah, rah. And she was kind of just like, yeah, sure.
She said, "Yeah, it has to be that." It kind of was a little.
It felt dry, which was
Yeah.
interesting.
No, it low-key did though. I'm not even gonna
They
lie.
seemed so into each other for like the little parts that they had in every episode.
Yeah, I agree. Wait, hold on, right there. It's been a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Comf or uncomf? Would you like Stink to keep going? Comf if yes, uncomf if no. Let's see. Okay, I'm seeing mostly comps. Keep going.
And then anytime I saw Brian and Amaya, all I could think about was J-Lo saying "Mi gente Latino" and holding the the trophy up. I personally wanted Nicolandria all the way to the end, but it's all right. What else was I not into? I don't know. This show really caught like all
What
of
made
my
you?
time.
If this is your first time watching, what made you actually watch it this season?
My best friend, who actually put me onto you, Speedy, years ago. My best friend.
I'm a huge fan of your best friend. Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to Henny. She's definitely asleep right now, but
Henny, tell Henny I love her. If she's spreading the gospel of Speedy, I appreciate her for sure.
she definitely is. So we're your avid followers for sure. But she put me on. I have a really busy like work schedule, and she's like, "You need some routine," and it was Love Island every day at 8:35 because I started fiending. And got addicted. So
As all of us did, to be honest.
but last season did so well, like pop culture wise, brand wise, everything that, I was even caught into it while I wasn't even watching.
Right.
So then I tuned in this season and it was just like, oh damn, these people are actually crazy. But hoping they don't do like the influencers moving forward. Because I think that really just fucked up everything. I need more like The Real World. That to me was like, that was prime television. It's just average people that like made it to reality TV. This was too much.
I agree. Listen, Stink, how you say your name? Fayrita?
It's actually Fyra, but my family calls me Faidita. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Fyra. Fyra, thank you so much, Stink, for coming up here and sharing your opinion. Big love to you, especially since you're a supporter of mine. And tell Henny I love her.
I will. I wish I was screen recording that to show her that.
Just tell her. She'll take your word for it. I promise.
So I bought your comp slides back when they drop. The best.
What color?
The gray ones.
Oh, you got the first
Yeah,
one.
like the first drop.
Oh,
I
now
got her. I got my best friend Henny and myself a pair.
Real one. You got to focus. The new ones are more comfortable. It's a little different.
They're more comp.
I promise you they actually are. But I appreciate you supporting those things. Fyra, that means a lot to me. And for that, I will take a bullet for you if you ever need me to.
Yo, that made my
If you
night.
ever need someone to take a bullet for you, just call me and I'll be there.
I will. And not to get too into it, my brother photographed you at a basketball tournament the one time. And it was just epic. And he sent that shit to me and was like, guess what? And then it was a picture of you that he took.
Shout out to the bro. I'm a part of the fam. Can I come over for Thanksgiving?
Any day. Any day.
Thank you, Fyra. I appreciate you, Stink.
Likewise. Take
All right,
care.
have a good one. Shout out to Fyra. She was dope. Great vibes. Shout out to Henny, her friend. Shout out to her brother. Shout out to her mother for making her. Someone said, Alicia said, we're me and her exploring connection. I'm crying. I'm open. My head could be turned right now. All right, let's do a couple more. What, like two more? It's 1:30 in the morning on a school night.
You say I'm tripping, but we both know it's not the fault that you keep controlling. Still no fault that I didn't notice when I did.
We got any fellas in the spot? Any fellas in the spot? Here we go. We got one. Yo.
Yo, Speedy.
Good, twin. How you?
What up, what up, what up?
Hold on, do you have a Love Island take for us?
Yeah, I want to say not too much on Chris tonight, because although he had his villain moments, he did at the very end give that speech to Huda.
A nice speech at that.
For sure. He brought it back full circle, so he not too villainized. I know they dragging him on Twitter, but that was nice of him.
What are they killing him on Twitter about, though? For what? For not carrying her over the water specifically?
Yeah, for that, and I guess how he dealt with that last dinner though. But I mean, it is what it is. I think
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
yeah, Huda is a very uninvolved Virgo. If you're familiar with them.
I'm not, to be honest. What else you got for us?
What else? I don't know. I just think it's crazy that Shelly and Ace got removed after we saw their journey, but we kind of had to sit through Huda and Chris breaking up. I think also too, Amaya and Brian winning would have felt better if we saw more of their journey. It was like cool watching them win, but even when they did their declaration of love and that close off moment on their last day, it didn't feel like super, super exciting, you know, because we didn't watch them like fully grow over time. Like it was just like 4 or 5 episodes with them too.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, hold on. It's been a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, comf or uncomf if you want brother to keep going. Comf if yes, uncomf if no. Let's see. I'm seeing mostly uncomfs, my brother, but I appreciate you coming up here and sharing your takes with us, my boy.
Yes, sir. Appreciate
Have a
you.
good one, bro. Take care.
You too.
All right, shout out to Prince. Let's go. Let's get somebody else up here. Let's do it. If you have a Love Island take, let me look at the comments. Actually, I'm going to pick someone out the comments. If you have been watching this live for a while and you've been trying to get up here and just I have not chosen you, say so in the comments and I'm going to pick you. I'm going to pick out the comments. I feel bad. It's a lot of people who I haven't been able to pick. Here we go. I got one. Hey, Stink.
Hi, Speedy.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. Do you have a Love Island take for us?
I do. And I wrote it down so I would make
Let's
sure I
hear
got
it.
all my thoughts in. Okay, so first, Nick and Landria, I think they made the season. They made it exciting. As viewers, we could see pretty early on that they were interested in each other. And it's kind of like we could see it, but they couldn't see it. So when they finally got together, chef's kiss. Second, Brian and Amaya. I feel like Brian is just rode Amaya's coattails to the end. And it's really frustrating for me because she seems really genuine. And I just don't think he is. I don't know if other people feel that way, but that's just my take. And then last point is Huda. I had quite a few notes on Huda. One, Shalace was robbed because Huda and Chris had no business being in the final over Shelly and Ace. Second, I think tonight Huda just wanted to beat Chris to the punch with a breakup. So she was like, I'm going to break up with you before you could break up with me. So whatever. And then lastly, I think that Huda's bad behavior gets excused a lot. And I think that because she is a mother and had to kind of mature quickly to fulfill that role, she thinks she's very mature, but she's actually quite immature and has a lot of growing to do and healing to do. And I think she got a really good edit. So much so that a lot of people in the villa didn't like her and we didn't understand why. But as people have left the villa, we now are like getting more of why they kind of had the response that they had to her. And like we as viewers didn't see that. And we were like, y'all are overreacting. She's not that bad.
Interesting. Okay, those are good takes. I like your takes. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching at home, comf, yes, uncomf, no. Do you want Covenant to keep talking? What's your name, Steve?
Yeah, that's it. It's Covenant.
Covenant, beautiful name.
Thank
Wow,
you.
a lot of comps. You want to keep going?
So I only have one more thing. So a movie night. We were all super excited, wanted to see a movie night because it was such a hit last season. I think the biggest reason that it didn't happen was because by the time they would have had a movie night, all the people that it would have affected to make like exciting TV were gone. So there was no point having a movie night.
I actually agree. Like Sierra and Nick were done up already, and they were the ones mainly who I wanted to have a movie night for.
Yep. Because Sierra never saw that kiss. And
I wanted her to see how passionate of a kiss it was.
I know.
I actually agree. Well, listen, Stink, you've been great. You have great takes, Covenant. Thank you for writing them down and being fucking punchy as shit because you got them all out in such a timely manner. I appreciate you, Stink.
Of course. You gotta have a good night.
You too. Good night, Stink. Take care. Shout out to Covenant. She had great energy. All right, let's do a couple more and then we'll go. Do a couple more and then we'll go. In the comments, I'm going to go out the comments. If you have a Love Island take and you've been trying to come up here and get it off, but I haven't chosen you, I'd love to do it. Come on. I'd love to get you in. Let's get somebody. Let's go with this person right here. Hello?
Oh my. Hello, can you hear me?
Oh my God. Can you hear me?
Oh my God, I actually don't believe that you actually put me up on here. That's crazy.
It's your time to shine. Are you driving right now?
No, I'm parked up. I'm getting gas, but I am in the car. You are connected to my car.
Oh, period. And I'm connected to the higher power as well. But listen, Stink, do you have a Love Island take for us?
Yeah, I do.
Talk to
Okay,
me.
for someone
What's your name?
that's
I'm sorry, what's your name?
it's Neji.
Neji. Okay, talk to me, Neji.
Yeah.
I just started the timer.
Okay, for starters, for someone that's been watching Love Island for so long, like I do know that the producers like twist things and they try to push a certain narrative and things like that. I am a Huda stan, but I will say she did a little too much this episode. But at the same time, I do feel like they kind of so when she was like surpassing their follower list, I mean the followers on like the Love Island page, I think they kind of felt away and were probably like, we have to like not trying to say they're trying to dim her light, but they try to push a certain narrative like she was the bad guy or she was evil or crazy or whatever the case may be. You have to push it. I don't know. They just showed us negative the whole episode of Huda. Every time she was on screen, it was just bad. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this. You say you're a Huda stan. What is it about her that makes you gravitate towards her?
I feel like, okay, so I could see the change and the growth in her. Don't get me wrong. I see sometimes she's a bit too much, especially like the whole crash out on Jeremiah and when she said 1, 2, 3, 2, 1 to Chris. That was a lot. But I feel like as a person, I feel like she's been changing and in the end, she did pick her instead of a man. And I feel like she's been chasing men and expecting men to chase her. And just like she's expecting too much of them. And when they don't give her what she wants, she crashes out. And I feel like she realized that and she picked herself. But the way and I feel like we didn't really see the whole clip of the dinner. I think they kind of resolved it because I don't think they both would have wrote so much nice things about each other if it wasn't resolved in a way.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
They still walked away from the dinner on their own. Remember, he did not help carry her.
Right. I did see that. I'm glad he didn't carry her though. I'm not gonna lie because
Why?
because she's just she expects so much. Even like if I don't know, she sometimes it feels like she's entitled.
Even you as a stan feel that way?
Yeah, sometimes. But I do love my girl, don't get me wrong. But I feel like she needs to learn boundaries. And I think sometimes he didn't understand her boundaries too, because it was like he was expressing himself to the same people she was shying away from. That didn't make sense to me. Like, she's not kissing you in front of these people because these people are the same people telling her she was wrong for doing it the first time she did kiss you. So it's like she doesn't want to do it in front of them because she just wants their love back, and she's always looking for like affection from them. And she like the way she's always chasing Nick, like that's my bestie. No, it's not. He literally told you to your face he chose to kick you out twice, but that's still your bestie. Like, wake up. You know what I mean?
Neji, listen, Stink, I appreciate your opinions. I appreciate you being open and honest with us. And thank you so much for coming up here.
You're welcome.
All right, good night, Stink. Get home safe, all right?
You too. Thank you.
Right. Shout out to Neji, everybody. Shout out to Neji. I cut the comments off because I could tell that she was getting distracted. I could sense that she was getting distracted. Not because of the sentiment of what I was saying, but I can tell. So, all right. All right, let's do it. Let's grab another person up. If you have been trying to come up here and get your take off and I just haven't seen your request, say so in the comments. I'm about to pick you now. Here we go. I got somebody. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, Stink. How you doing?
Hey, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm great. Do you have a Love Island take for us?
Yeah, I'll make it quick.
Talk to me. Let's do it.
My main thing is just, I think moving forward, I think production needs to find a way to maybe make the episodes a little bit longer, especially on the ones when there's challenges, because it's something telling me we're just not seeing every single thing that we could be seeing. which is also resulting in the lack of what we're seeing in the couples. Because obviously everybody likes Amaya, right? But we don't know Brian at all. In my opinion, we don't know him enough. So obviously she was going to win today. Brian made his way to the 100K. But I don't know nothing about him. And then people were saying, oh, Nick and Landria just got in a couple like 2 days ago. But they got in a couple the same day Amaya and Brian did. When you think about it, it was the same episode. So like when people were trying to say, oh, I don't buy it. But we also saw that it was something that Nick, like he was kissing Landria, what was it, episode 2 in that little challenge or whatever. So it's like, I think production needs to find a way to make the episodes longer so that we can see a little bit more, because there's no reason why they should be like 55 minutes long.
Period. Okay, it's been a minute and 4 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, comf or uncomf? Would you like Stink to keep going? Comf if yes, uncomf if no. Let's see. Comf if yes, uncomf if no. Let's see. Okay, I'm seeing mostly uncomfs, but Stink, I appreciate you so much coming up here, and I'm glad I was able to grab you straight out the comments.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Good night. Be safe. All right, let's grab somebody else. I'm picking out the comments, not the requests. If you have whoever can say the nicest thing about me, come on, you can come on up here. Whoever says the nicest thing about me, let's go. All right, let's do this one. My sister's in love with you. Come on, let's do it. Hello?
Hello.
What's up, Stink? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. First and foremost, shout out to your sister who you say is in love with me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. My sister watches your lives a lot, but this is one of my first times joining. My sister is here. She was like, "You need to get on. You need to talk about Love Island," because she's never watched Love Island until I
your
watched.
sister is there?
Yes,
Can you pass her the phone real quick?
Pass her the phone.
Yeah, I just want to
She
say
can hear
something.
you. She can hear you.
Hey, Stink, how you doing?
Oh my God, Speedy, I am obsessed with
No,
you. I am
I'm
your
obs-
number one Stink, your number one fan. I've been
No.
watching you since last summer, Monday, Wednesday, your schedule. Like,
No,
I love
Stink,
you.
I have feelings for you. It's love.
Oh my
Mutually.
God.
I love you right back, Stink. And thank you for telling your sister to come on up here and talk Love Island. Okay, back
Yes.
to the other sister. What's your Love Island take for us? Talk to me.
Okay, I'm gonna start by saying I have been watching Love Island for years. I never really got too much into USA. More so liked UK. I'm talking Molly May, Maura Higgins when she came
Same.
as a Bond show. When you were
Same.
talking about Amber, all that. Like I'm already knowing. My problem with Love Island USA is production and also partly America. I feel like a lot of people this year were watching it because of the hype surrounding it last year. So they're voting like this is Survivor. And I'm like, no, this is Love Island. Like,
Right, you have to vote for couples, bro.
yes, exactly what you said about how the final was off. Like, the reason why I am a Nick and Landria stan, the reason why I am is because they saved the show for me. When the car pulled up and Nick ran out, like, and they showed that, they dropped that teaser, I was this close to stop watching. I was about to be like done. I'd already started watching Love Island UK season that's going on this season. I feel like the way production did it, there's not enough time. Someone else mentioned that. And how it started off, everyone was so locked into their couples. People weren't dating other people. They weren't doing other things. And like, I think with the voting, and we didn't get to see the Islanders dump a lot of people. We didn't get to see a lot of those conversations. I think that's a little bit of the problem with last year. The whole drama that happened when they dumped somebody and they tried to blame Leah about the voting and stuff. I think they were trying to shy away from that.
I actually agree with you in terms of the production is a little more jarring as opposed to the UK version where things, but also you got to remember the UK version be like 60 episodes.
Yes,
55
we
episodes.
need more time. It's just overly produced and not enough time. I will say, I don't want to spend too much on the hood of it all, but when we go back to the production of it, you got to see crash outs like in previous seasons, and they last a few episodes, not 15. And it's like, we didn't really get the romance. Like Nick and Landria had me kicking my feet and giggling. Like I felt like a high school kid again. I was like, oh, like we got to see it. People are making TikToks talking about some
oh yeah, these are books that give you that feeling that you feel when you see Nick and Alandria, all the edits, all the hype around it. So I just feel like if we're going based off of couples, it just altered it so differently. I think Hannah should have never been dumped. I think Jeremiah should have never been dumped. I think people were getting punished for being in relationships. I'm like, no, this is Love Island. And then you vote for your favorite couple, not your favorite individual, because different couples are going to present differently based on their relationships. And so you got to see like, oh, I maybe have a homegirl whose relationship is just like that, or they remind me of so-and-so, or that reminds me of a book I read or a movie I watched or a show. And that's why people, fall in love with the couples. And all the couples at the end are couples in their own way, their own relationships, but you connect with it in a certain way. And that's why you vote based off the couples. The finale was awkward. It was weird. I low-key felt like they were ready to leave. Like, I was like, Chris had been checked out, and Nick lost all of his friends. Alandria looked like she didn't know who to talk to. And then...
Yeah, Alandria had no homegirls in there for real.
Yeah, without Shelly. And then I felt like it was very awkward when Huda and Chris came back from the date, and Amaya and Brian weren't there. It was like, damn, who are they supposed to talk to?
Now they have really nobody to focus. No, you're right. Another point.
It was weird as well, the Iris and Pepe of it all. I'm thinking like, oh, Pepe just needs to leave. I feel like a lot of girls, some of my friends included, were voting for Pepe. They were like, he can stay up in my villa. And I was like, okay, but respectfully, like, he just needs to leave. I do respect that he told Grayson he did what Taylor could never do, which was say, hey, I'm not feeling it. And I was like, you know what? I respect it. You didn't just lead her along. I love Amaya, and I feel like she got a lot of women's votes because people could see themselves in her and relate and were like, oh, she just wants to be loved and all this stuff. But in reality, like someone was saying, Brian and Amaya coupled up at the last minute, and it's like, okay, he didn't have as much time as all the other guys did with her. And I feel like he's knowing, like, we're almost done. We only have these many days. I can ride it till the end. And I think it's also, no one mentioned this before, Brian didn't couple up with Amaya until after they did the challenge where he saw that Amaya was winning everything with Zach and was the fan favorite. And it's giving whenever everyone switched up in the UK season with Whitney, when they told Whitney basically straight up, she was the fan favorite. So I just feel like I'm happy Amaya is getting like her flowers, but it's not genuine. I don't think her and Brian will last. I just feel like it's a little too whatever. I would have rather Nick and Alandria win just because, like everyone was saying, all the nuggets from the beginning, everything that was happening, it was truly what embodied Love Island. I was giggling, I was kicking my feet, I was scrolling on TikTok looking at the edits. It was just, I don't know. And then I think obviously Ace and Shelly were robbed. I understand everyone thought, oh, Ace is a mastermind or whatever. But I mean, clearly what he was saying worked because people, or had some truth to it, because people in the villa, they were not that easily swayed. I feel like they were like, he's just pointing out what people were too afraid to say. He was kind of, people were saying, reminding me of Tyreek. They were like, they would have hated to see him coming.
This season would have hated Tyreek. I fuck with Tyreek, though. Great television as well. Yeah. Listen, Stink, you had great takes, and I appreciate you coming up here. And also, most importantly, tell your sister I said I love her, and I hope she has a great night tonight.
Thank you. And I don't have anything to plug except I am a teacher, a high school teacher at that. So somehow, some way, I can give you my Amazon wish list for this upcoming school year. Once it's finalized, I'm gonna somehow post it because...
Period. Put that in the bio, okay?
Yes, I will.
All right. Good night, Stink. And good night, sis.
Good night.
All right. Take care. Shout to Stink. It is actually disturbing to me that teachers should have to put Amazon wish lists to get supplies needed to mold the minds of our future. That they should have a budget to fucking buy the shit that they need. That shit is mind-boggling to me. Not to take this left. That shit is nuts. What do you mean you have an Amazon wish list? I just had to buy some shit from somebody else's teacher Amazon wish list to support. Make sure the kids get like what they need, but damn, I don't like that. I don't like that. All right. I'm picking out the comments. We'll do 2 more. It's 1:48 in the morning. It's a school night tonight. If you have a Love Island take and you want to share it with the class, I will pick you. You just have to say something nice about me. So I'm picking somebody who says something nice about me. Come on. I love your head shape. What you mean by that? What you mean by that, Stink? Hello?
What's up?
Hey, Stink, how are you? Do you have a Love Island take for us?
I do. It's really short, really
even
sweet.
better. I don't have to start the timer. Let's hear it.
Yeah, I just think production is weak as hell. They need to pack it up. This might need to be the last season. Stop getting influencers. They need to just find a bunch of fine people that have like 1,000 followers to 3,000 followers. Bring them on, let them gain a following like naturally. Let us love them. I'm so sick of these already known people. We don't care. We don't want to see it. They all knew each other. They was all partying together before.
Would you ever go on Love Island?
Not a chance in this world.
Oh, okay. I was
Because
just
first of all, I would get canceled. I don't know what I have on my Twitter from 10 years ago, so don't go looking for my shit. But yeah, I just think production was way too in it. They had their hands in the pot. You could tell that they was like setting stuff up. It was all fake. And I'm glad Amaya won. I wish they would have given her 50 grand and given 50 grand to me because I should have been the only winner, but
I'm crying.
it is what it is. So
Well, Stink, thank you so much for coming up here and sharing your opinion. I appreciate you.
of course, thank
All right.
y'all.
The nice thing.
Bye.
Take care. Shout out to Kayla. She was dope. All right. I'm picking somebody else out the comments. Say something nice about me. Wow. This is an incredible fucking compliment. So much so you've been chosen. I love that.
Hey. You said what? You cut off. Sorry. I hear you.
Okay, I just want to say, first of all, that was the nicest compliment anyone ever said about me in my whole life. So thank you, Steak. I appreciate you.
I try to be like Amaya. I try to be like Amaya.
I see that. Well, a lot of people didn't see what it was because it went away. You want to say what you said?
That.
Hello?
Yeah. Sorry.
Now, who calling us? Hello?
I'm here.
Who's calling us?
No one's calling.
What's happening?
No one's calling us. Sorry. I'm here.
Nah. I got issues. Why you keep leaving me? What's going on?
No, I'm here. I'm sorry. I told my sister I was on, so she keeps like trying to interrupt. I'm like, bro, I'm on this.
Okay, what was the compliment so people can hear it?
It's like a software update I didn't know I needed. Smoother, faster. Dang, I forgot what I said. I'm sorry. I'm nervous.
It was a great take and a great compliment. But go ahead. What's your Love Island take for us, Think?
All right. Okay. People might hate me for this. Don't get mad at me. But this Nick and Alandria, I love them. But I just feel like it was a force. And I feel like it was a force to save the show. That's just my take. Because 1 minute they came back, they kissed. Then they're like, nah, I'm not really feeling it. It's weird. And then Ciara leaves. And then I just felt like it was forcing like us to like them. That's just me. Granted, I like them. I feel like Alandria came back after that whole Taylor shit. I feel like she needed that. But I just felt like it was a force. Amaya, loved her and Brian. I loved how Brian stood up for her. That's what kind of won me over. She talked about their culture and how they like. You could just tell.
Hold on, wait. Where you from?
I'm from Rhode Island.
Accent just came out. I heard it.
Really?
Like,
I'm from Rhode Island.
Nah, it sounded like you was from the islands, not Rhode Island.
I'm Haitian. I am Haitian. All day. I'm Zoe all day.
Nah, look at the comments. They saying it. I heard it. Yeah, we heard it. Okay, keep going. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I feel like what won me over with Brian is when he stuck up for her. He talked about their culture because you can tell, like her saying "babe" and shit like that. It was just like That's just her. That's me all day. Like I'd be like, "What's up, babe?" or whatever. Like that's just me with my friends.
It's
So I
interesting
didn't.
because you didn't call me that. So that's interesting for you to say
Bro,
that.
honey, sweetheart, you know what I mean?
No, don't start now. You said, yeah, I'll be saying that and did not say that to me. But
I said it. Listen, you know what I mean? I said it. That was my line for you. You know what I
no,
mean?
it's fine.
You're my hot. You're my hot. How about that?
If you hate me, just say that. Like, it's
No,
fine.
no. Never that. Never
I
that.
can sleep better at night knowing that you hate me rather than thinking you like me. You know what I mean?
Never. There's no hate over here. Rhode Islanders and Haitians, they don't hate ever.
Okay.
But
fair.
like the girl said last time, UK, I feel is more raw. I feel they don't cut anything out, and everything's just genuine. Producers not too much in it. I felt like producers were navigating everything. I could just see the behind the scenes. Like, don't say this, wait for that, X, Y, and Z. It was just too forced for me. And then I felt like, again, this whole season was rushed. It was like rushing to get to the reunions, rushing to end it. Let's talk about Chris real quick. I felt like Chris been checked out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm raising a son, and I would never want my son to do what Chris did, not helping her down. The girl had heels. It was wet. You carried her up. Just do that. You know what I mean? She didn't disrespect you when she ended it. You know what I mean? It was a mutual thing. You were checked out anyway. So I felt like you was upset that she ended it when you already wanted it to be ended. I don't know. That's just me. I didn't like that he didn't take her down. I did like his speech. I feel like he redeemed himself.
No,
but
you said, he did take her down.
He did. But I felt like him not walking her down. It was
Walking
like
her
he was
down is
salty.
different story, but he did take her down.
You know what I mean? I felt like him not walking her down. It was just like, what are you mad about? Like, you didn't really like her. You was upset the whole time. You kind of checked out. So it's just like, what? I didn't kind of understand why he was kind of upset. Maybe that's just me. And then him sleeping out in the speakeasy, crazy, funny as hell. But that shit just made me even more mad that Shelly and Ace wasn't there. I was just upset the whole time. Like, y'all wasted this opportunity for two people that didn't
You said opportunity just like Amaya. I heard that too.
No.
You said it, opportunity.
Opportunity.
Stink, are you in the villa? What's up? Like,
No. I'm in Rhode Island. I'm in the island, but Rhode Island. Yeah, that's pretty much my take. The Nicolandria for me was a little forced. I'm sorry. Kill me. I just felt like it was a force to save the show. Amaya, I'm happy for her. Can't wait for her to get out this villa. She got all these deals popping up. I know she's going to do real well for her. She ain't never going to work as a nurse. Shout out to the nurses because I'm a nurse myself. But, yeah, that's it. That's all I had to say.
Great energy and
Thank you.
Great takes. I appreciate you, Stink, and have a great night, all right?
Thank you. You too.
Right,
Bye.
Shout out to Jess. All right. I have never seen a more polarizing issue than Nicolandria. It's either you're way over here or you're way over here. Either you're like, oh my God, I love them, or you're like, oh my God, they're so forced. It's crazy. It's wild. All right, legitimately one more. It's 2 in the fucking morning. It's a school night. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. I saw a comment that I liked. I can't even see the comments right now because I'm scrolling, trying to find one. Here we go. It's from Keem. I loved you when you hosted The Hype on HBO Max. Keem, great comment, twin. And for that, you coming up here. Yo.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I've
Keem,
been
my
trying to
brother.
get back up here. Can you hear me?
Yes. You was just up here the other day, right?
Yes, and I was trying to get up here all night.
Well, you're back now, twin. What you got for us?
All right. I'm glad I went up. I'm glad I went after her too, because that Nicolandria take, I gotta rebut that. Because we saw Nick choosing Olandria in every challenge from episode 1. Every challenge he chose her and he kissed her, and you saw the chemistry, the connection. When she said that they got dumped from the island and they had to it was forced and they kissed and they didn't see the connection or whatever. My thing is Olandria was stuck on Taylor and Nick was with Sierra. So them doing that, I feel like it was because they had their original couples were still in the villa, and unfortunately, Olandra was still trying to make it work with Taylor, and Nick had Sierra. Then every time Nick turns his eye to another woman, Sierra throws that thing at him. So I feel like they were stuck on their old couple, so they really couldn't do anything with that connection. And once those connections were gone, then they were able to fully, walk into what they have right now. That's just my take on it. I just don't feel like it's forced at all. Maybe production was looking at the internet and feeding into it, but I feel like their connection, what they have right now, is natural and it's real. That's just my Nicola Andrea take.
Respect. Keem, I appreciate you coming up here again. You came up here last time with some good takes, and I appreciate you coming back up here tonight, my brother.
All right, can I continue or?
Oh, I thought you was done. Keep going.
No, I'm not. I got more. I got some more takes. Um, so as far as the finale and the winners, I love Amaya. Amaya Papaya. Love her. Happy for her winning. I just don't think that her and Brian, like someone came up and said that they don't think they're gonna last, and the same exact 6 months that I said, I feel like they're not gonna last further than 6 months. But I love Amaya. That, so I'm gonna just leave it at that. They don't like that in the comments, but I'm gonna just leave it at that. I feel like I'm moving on to Hoda and Chris now. Hoda and Chris took up a space that another strong connection could have taken up, i.e., Ace and Shelly. And I know a lot of people don't like Ace and Shelly, and they have their own opinions, and they could be warranted. I would say that I was always an Ace and Shelly fan, specifically Ace because I know him from TikTok. So I started, like, I went into the season watching this season because I knew he could have been some type of entertainment. But I was kind of judging Ace for a lot of the decisions that he made on the show, um, based on him not I don't want to say manipulating, but based on him like being in other people's couple. Like I feel like he should have focused on he picked Amaya. He did like that Amaya situation really stained his reputation in the villa and for America, the way America viewed him.
I agree.
And then
I agree.
and then the whole Jeremiah getting dumped. The reason why a lot of people, and that's why I can't really argue when they say Jeremiah, it was his fault that Jeremiah went home. Right before Jeremiah was dumped from the island, Ace and the boys were sitting in a circle, and Ace was making comments towards Jeremiah kissing Andrina. Like he was looking at them and saying, like, if they don't see like he's like moving too fast or whatever. But everyone moves at a different pace. And I saw in one of Ace's interviews after they got done from the island, he was saying that him and Jeremiah disagreed on like love and like exploring or whatever. But you can't tell someone else how they should explore their connections on Love Island.
I agree.
Like you're your person and they're their person, so you can't really be in their shit. So I really didn't like that about Ace. So I was very judgmental towards him about that because like I was rooting for you, bro, in the villa, and you're kind of making it really hard for me to root for you. So I see why America had the opinions and stuff about Ace, but I think he is a strong leader indeed. And if he didn't really have so much of a hand in the stuff that was going on in the villa, him and Shelly might have, well, definitely would have made it to the finale.
I agree.
Now to Chris and Huda. I strongly agree with Chris for not picking her up to leave that date. My issue with Huda is she is very manipulative and she tells a story to make herself look good. When she spoke to Amaya today in the episode about what happened the night before in the bed and stuff, everything with Chris, the story that she told Amaya just made Chris look bad in every instant. Chris has been so patient with this girl since they've been coupled up. She never once mentioned the patience that he has had with her. And then she told the story about the her what she did in the night, but she didn't give the whole story. Like she did not tell Amaya about the countdown that she did. Like he's a kid. Like when I watched that part of the episode, I was like, bro, what are you doing right now? Like we were literally seeing the crash out for her rekindling in this episode. And then when she told the girls about what she told Chris at the dinner, she didn't really express it exactly how she told him because she made it seem like she went to the dinner to express those things to
And
Chris.
cut it off. I agree.
Right. And she made it seem like Chris was saying all these bad things when she was the one that made it seem like that or whatever. I just feel like Chris should have been the one to cut it off and not give Huda the approval of her being able to say that she was the one that ended it with them or between them or whatever. But Chris is an Aries, so I knew that this was coming. I just wish that he told her that he didn't want to be in the connection anymore and leave it at that. Because him saying that he wanted to try to explore it outside the village, no, bro, you are checked out and you have been checked out. You should have just left the connection where it was. They wasted a whole episode of nothing. That date. Well, I know production was watching them like, what the fuck is going on right now? Because it was a waste of a day.
I agree. Keem, listen, I didn't even run a timer for this, but you had some great takes. Let me grab somebody else and let them get up here, all right?
That was it for me.
Okay, Keem, my brother, I appreciate you, and I fuck with your takes very much.
All right.
All right, buddy. Come on. Shout out to Keem. All jokes aside, this next one is the last one. So who's it gonna be? This next one is the last one. So who's it gonna be? This is the final one. Yo, I'm crying. This is actually fucking hilarious. Let's see. Let's go with. Hold on. I actually like what this comment says. It's not a comment, but it says, we got to talk about fan behavior. I actually agree with that. That's a good way to end this. I actually agree with that. We do have to talk about fan behavior. Hey, Stink, how you doing?
Hey, this is my first time on a live, so forgive me.
Well, all is forgiven, but I actually agree with your take that we need to talk
Thank
about
you.
fan behavior. What do we have to talk about? Let's hear it.
Yes. Okay, so I just feel like I did not write this down. I'm a little nervous to be on your live, but
don't be listen, hold on. Here's what we're gonna do.
I appreciate it. Sorry.
I turn the comments off. It's just you and I. It's absolutely nothing to be nervous about. I actually feel the same way, I'm sure, about what you're gonna say. So don't be nervous. Let's hear it.
So basically, if I can gather my thoughts here, I feel like I understand that there's editing. I understand it's a live production. I understand that it's going to get messy, but like, with that being said, it's so crazy, like these parasocial relationships that people got with these people they don't even know. And then that affected them winning. That affected them losing. Like, in my personal opinion, I think Shelly and Ace should have been the final four. I don't understand why they weren't. I get that people were mad or whatever because, like, girl problems or boy problems. It's like, you guys don't even see, like, what's actually happening because you're only getting edits.
And I think get a microcosm of what's actually happening. And we get 1 60-second slice of what is really happening for 24 hours.
Yes. It's like, I feel like that really made this season kind of bad was actually us, like Americans voting. Like, that's kind of what made it so dramatic in my opinion. So that's just what I had to say.
You spin, and I appreciate that take because I agree wholeheartedly. I did not see this type of. I don't know if you've watched other seasons of Love Island.
I haven't. This is my first one. I've been like obsessed.
As someone who's watched many, many, many seasons of Love Island, this is the first time I've seen a season like this where it's been so like fan influenced and so like, dictated by the audience and so like. Polarizing, like I've never seen it like this before.
Yeah,
so
I'm like,
call that out.
I like looked up other clips from like the last seasons. I was like, is this like how reality TV is? And I'm like, no way. Like, I just feel like it's just like I'm a millennial and all of us are like, I feel like the audience that's watching is like millennials and younger, to be quite honest.
No, for sure.
And I almost feel like it's the people that were grown up on social media that are the ones that are voting. And it's like, guys, you got to remember these are real people and this is like editing. Like,
At times, it kind of felt a little dystopian, like that.
yeah, dude. Oh my God.
We are like
Sorry, it reminds me of
altering-
the Hunger Games.
Yeah, no, we're low key like altering the trajectory of people's lives, and they're playing as like characters in a story that we are kind of puppeteering. You know?
Yes, I feel like we were the reason why like certain things went down without these participants knowing. Like
Yeah.
they had no idea. Like Shelly and Ace getting voted off, I was like, what? Like,
Yeah, and you saw how shocked they were. Remember in the ranking
Yeah.
challenge when they had to rank themselves on like they ranked the women rated the men on like boyfriend material, like which one of these guys has the strongest boyfriend material. And
Right.
Ace, the ladies put Ace first.
yeah.
And then they
Doesn't that
did
say
the
something?
public vote, and he was fucking last.
I know. Like, doesn't that like
That's
that
the
spoke a
perfect
thousand words to
example.
me?
Yeah, that's a perfect example of like them seeing actually what is really happening and why the women in the villa felt like he was the most boyfriend material, and us at home voting, and I would say us collectively because we are
Right.
collective, even though I didn't vote for that, but collectively we chose him as the least. Like that's crazy.
I was like, damn, dude, like he's not even that bad. Also, he's hilarious. Like,
Someone said he voted off Jeremiah, but what does that have to do with his boyfriend material?
exactly. That has nothing to do with his
Nothing.
personality.
And that's
Nothing.
why, like, Amaya winning the show in the circumstance that she did is whack to me, because I'm not saying she doesn't deserve to win, but
Of
I'm
course.
saying she won because they liked her, not because of the couple.
No,
And if we
that's
were
the
voting-
other thing is I was gonna say is like I was like, I've been watching this live for like an hour. Like I just found you. I'm your biggest fan now. But
Oh, thank you, Stick. I appreciate
you're
that.
welcome. But what I was thinking earlier was something that you had pointed out, I think was like, or someone pointed it out, where like, no one really cares about Brian like as a person. And it's like this singular person won America's vote, which was Amaya. Like that was a singular person. Like we were voting based off of like who we like versus who's good as a couple. And it's
that's
so
why-
funny that we saw, you know?
That's why Huda and perfect example is why Huda and Chris were in the finale.
Exactly.
Because
exactly.
Huda has fans. Let's
She has
be real.
more followers on her page than the Love Island USA page. Like,
Let's not, and not to be disrespectful, but let's be real. Like, I don't know how big Chris's fan base is, but I know that Huda has a big fan base. So if we're
Yes.
talking about compatibility and strength as a couple, Huda and Chris should not have been in the finale, but they were.
100% no. Like, what the
because
hell?
people fuck with her enough. So she was in the finale over a couple that was actually feeling each other.
Yes.
Taylor and Clark.
I'm serious
Ace
with
and
Taylor
Shelley.
and Clark and Shelly and Ace. I'm like, sorry, I'm like a secret fan of those two couples. Like, I'm just
not
like,
even a
dude, what
secret
the hell?
fan. I'm actually an open fan because
Yeah.
they actually like each other, and
They
the fact
literally
that-
have such a good connection.
the fact that that's the bar, like the bar is so low that like I'm saying like, well, at least they like each other. Like Chris and Huda didn't even like each other, and they were in the finale. Like
For real.
Ace and Shelly liked each other. Taylor and Clark, regardless of how you feel about how Taylor maneuvered through the Olandria situation, it's very evident that he likes Clark a lot, and Clark
100%.
likes him. So like, I just feel like it's just dumb. It's the way the fans kind of orchestrated how this season unfolded was like a little
Yes.
disheartening to me. I am glad though that Amaya won that 100. If it wasn't gonna be Nick and Olandria, I'm
Oh,
glad.
100%. Amaya Papaya, she's a pure soul. That she
If
deserves
Huda
money.
and Chris or Pepe and Iris would have won, I would have felt the way.
Ooh, if Pepe and Iris would have won, I would have been like, we're all rioting right now. I swear to God.
I was ready to storm the Capitol when they dropped
Yes.
Ace and Shelly, to be honest. But I'm glad Amaya won if it wasn't going to be Nick and Olandria. That's how I feel.
100%. I totally agree.
Sting, what is your name? What's your name?
My name's actually Lindsay. I just don't put it on here.
Lindsay. Listen, Lindsay, I appreciate your take. I feel like it's a very poetic way to end off what has
Yes.
been a great conversation and discussion. We've been doing this for weeks, but this is your first time. So thank you
Yes.
for coming up here. And I appreciate you being bold and brave enough to share your opinion.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. I'm like a big fan of you now, so I'm gonna keep following
Thank you
your
so
content.
much. I actually have like a career outside of just like Love Island.
I know. I've been watching when you talked about it. I'm like, wow, I had no idea. So I'm gonna tune into all your shows. I'm so excited.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Sting. Take care
Yeah.
and have a great rest of your night. All right.
You too.
All right. Shout out to Lindsay. She was great. And I feel like that's a very good way to end this. I feel like it's a good way to end this. We'll bring it back to human nature. And I'll actually add a little bit to this. I think it's not only the way the fans and the viewers reacted to the actual television, but I think it's the way the fans reacted to the discourse and the opinions that people had about the show. And for this section of this, I'm going to actually speak about myself. A lot of you guys don't know this, but I shared my opinions on what I felt Nick and Olandria's relationship was. I was very open in that I didn't think that they disliked each other. I just didn't like that Olandria was with someone yet again that wasn't actively choosing her first, right? Nick's first choice was Sierra. And so I didn't like that Olandria was getting that, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But what I do want to talk about, regardless of how you feel about that, if it was forced, I want to talk about the discourse between the fans and viewers. Let me pin this. Sorry. After I shared my opinion about Nick and Olandria, two people who I don't know, right? Two people who I'm judging based solely off of a television show. Two people that I am just in my career. What? I was the subject of like so many fucking think pieces and so many like people's opinions, and niggas started calling me a colorist. Olandria is my favorite snake in there. And they were saying that I don't even want to conflate what someone said, but people insinuated that I said Olandria wasn't worthy of love because she's a dark-skinned black woman. And I can't even like express how far-fetched of a sentiment that is, because how you can equate me saying Olandria is not worthy of love because she's a dark-skinned woman, because I feel like I wanted her to be with somebody who chose her first. How those 2 points are connected, I can't even fathom. Like, I can't even wrap my head around it. I do want to say it is the internet, and it is the world, and it is America, and everybody's entitled to feel how they want to feel and spread their opinions. And that is why we have something called the First Amendment. You can say whatever you want. And so being that I come on here and openly express my opinions, it would be one-sided if I wasn't also willing to hear and receive what other people have to say, right? If you are going to go out and say what you want to say, you have to be open and willing to hearing what other people do. But for people to say that about me was like kind of crazy to me, because I struggle to see how there's connective tissue between the two. So with that being said, I want to make this like abundantly clear. Never have I ever insinuated or said that Olandria is not deserving of love. Somebody also said Speedy can't fathom that a man would want her, or like some shit like that. Bro, this is literally my favorite Islander on the show. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I can't. But it's just a testament to like what modern reality television I think has become. And when, as a show, we have so much power in our hands, like to dictate the outcomes of the show, I think a lot of that power will then trickle down to like people at home. And so I'm not saying anybody's not allowed to have their opinion. And if you genuinely think that, in my mind, I think that Olandria is not worthy of love because she's a dark-skinned black woman, if you genuinely think that, all I can do is tell you I don't. And if you don't believe me, then there's nothing I can say to sway you. There's very little opinion changing on the internet, you know? It's like politics. You have two people on each side and they'll argue all day. Never once in my entire history of being on the internet as an internet kid, I've never seen somebody in an argument be like, you know what? You're right. You make a good point. I'm changing my opinion. You know, I've never seen that. So I'm not even going to try to sway you. If you feel that I feel that, then all I can tell you is I adamantly do not feel that way, and your opinion is probably not going to change. But I want to say I love you, and I have love for you, and okay, like this. Winter, talk to me. Let's talk. Here, I just invited Winter. You've said some questionable things. Let's hear it. What have I said? I would like to know. I just sent a request to Winter. Let's see if she'll come have a dialogue with me. What have I said? And if it's questionable, I'm open to hearing what it was. Hey, Winter, how you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm good, and you?
Talk to me. What have I said that you felt was questionable?
Like, I support you in all the things. I, follow you, of course, because I'm on here. But I just feel like some things that you said, like, I think in the way that you said them made people like view you a little differently in relates to the way that you talked about or spoke on the Alandria and Nick Alandria situation in itself. Like, some of the things you said made it seem as if like it was somewhat like sort of impossible for Nick to possibly like want her, or that it's just simply it can't be real, or it's not something that's legitimate. And it makes people feel like, so why do you think that? Like, is it because she's a dark-skinned woman? Is it because she's a Black woman, period? Like, I don't think you ever went into why you actually felt that way, other than you just blatantly saying like you don't feel like it's going to go anywhere, you don't feel like it's real, you feel like it's forced. And it almost made people feel like you felt that way because you feel like he could never find her attractive, maybe because you don't. It just came off that way. Even if you didn't mean it that way, it came off that way.
Interesting. Okay. I am not going to argue you down. I actually respect the fact that you would come up here and like share that with everyone. I want to say, in just like defending my own honor, I find Olandria to be the most attractive. Like, her and Shelly are the two most attractive to me on the show. And if it felt like I insinuated that Nick couldn't be into her, I don't know what I said that would like make you or anyone else feel that way. But like, I never felt that way. I actually feel like he was very attracted to her, which is why at times, which is what I said in the TikTok that I made, at times I feel like he was so attracted to her that it felt a little lustful to me. And people took that and felt like, oh, because I thought he was being lustful, that she wasn't worthy of love. So I think that's where a lot of the confusion came about. But never did I think that he wasn't attracted to her. I think it was very clear that he was attracted to her, you know?
Yeah, I can understand that. I just think the way that it was said and flipped and, people take, your discourse and make their own opinions on it, just needed clarity. That's all.
Respect. Listen, Winter, is that your name? Is it Winter?
Yes, it is.
Winter, I appreciate you coming up here in front of 2.7 million people and expressing that. It takes, a lot to do that. And so I appreciate you. And I hope you have a great rest of your night, okay?
You as well. Bye.
All right, take care. Shout out to Winter. Listen, healthy dialogue, healthy discourse. I ain't about to attack nobody. I'm just curious, like, what have I'm not asking Winter this, but prior to her coming up here, I'm curious, what have I said that has insinuated that Olandria is not worthy of love because she's a dark-skinned Black woman? Like, I just can't even, I don't know. As I said, if you go back and watch my first ever Love Island Takes video, Shelly I thought was the best shit in there. I said that in the first video. Fine as shit. Olandria is slowly, and she's been my favorite stinking there since like episode 3. But whatever. I've been getting fucking killed on Twitter and TikTok. All types of shit. How I'm colorist and this and that. At the end of the day, all I can do is assure you guys I'm not. And, I've sat here for 8 hours the last month and I don't agree with that. Couldn't be more clear you're a fan. Yeah, I love, clearly. But anyways, with that being said, I just want to say I'm so grateful that all of y'all would stick around. It's 2:22 in the morning on a school night. And for those reasons, we have to go to bed. It is late, but I'm grateful that all of y'all would be in here. Couple quick things. One, I want to say this is not going to be the last ever Love Island Live, because although we won't have anything else to react to, there may be some other people who have things that they want to talk about. if you know what I'm. And I don't want to say too much, but if things work out the way they're supposed to, there should be some other people who have things to say about Love Island. So I'll leave it there. No, I'm not going to go on Twitch tonight because it's 2:20 in the morning. And here's how we'll end this. If you got to go, you got to go. Here's how we're going to end this. If you've been around the Speedy Lives for a while, you know that this is like the soundtrack to like what this is. But I want to say, if you were only here for the Love Island stuff over the course of the last couple weeks, I'm grateful that you would come. Pause. My name is Speedy, and if you met me because of Love Island, I'm grateful that our paths crossed. I want to say you're a fucking real one, and it's big love back to you. My name is Speedy again. If you didn't know, outside of this, I host TV shows and interviews with some of your favorite celebrities and presidents and athletes and all that. So I would implore you all to tap into some of the other shit that I do. Make sure you guys hit the follow button here and lock me in only if you had a good time and feel as though I've earned it and deserve it. So hit the follow button and lock me in. And yeah, I'm only here to spread love and positivity. So anybody who feels otherwise, like I don't have anything to say to you besides I love you. But with that being said, good night, everyone. Be well, be safe, and be with God. I'll be back on live very soon. And then the next time after that you see me on live, we'll be back to like our regularly scheduled lives. If you didn't know what that was like, normally when I go on live, I go on dates with people. So I'd love to go on some dates with y'all someday, soon, after we do this one last little live that we're gonna do, okay? Yes, speed dating. Yes, my name is Speedy, so I'll be speed dating. You feel me? But yeah, anyways, I love y'all. I'm sad to say goodbye, but it won't be goodbye for long. If things go my way, you'll see me very soon. But I'll keep you posted. Okay? I love y'all. Be well, be safe, and be with God. And tell your mother you love her.